Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is going to do One Piece Shanks discussion video. Red Hair Shanks discussion video. Now, I do want to apologize for not posting this video earlier because I had computer troubles. I had to do I had to bring it to Best Buy because of a malfunction in my laptop, and it had to be fixed, and it took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but basically, it's over now. Everything's A-okay. And, you know, even though this discussion is coming out later than I want it to, better late than never. So, that being said, Shanks discussion video right now. Red Hair Shanks, the Yoko. Alright? Now, the first thing I want to talk about here is his character development. Because the only thing we know about Shanks is that he was a member of Goldie Roger's crew, and then once the crew split up, he gained his own crew, and then he met Monkey D. Luffy, lost his arm, and then it goes on, and then that's it. Actually, yeah, that's all we know about Shanks. Now, the thing is that Shanks, alright, we have no idea when he attained the status of Yokon. He could have been a Yokon before he met Luffy or after he met Luffy. We have no idea. We have no idea when he attained that status of Yokon. I'm going to assume after he met Luffy, and I'll explain why. Now, when it comes to his home, now people assume, or no, correction, not assume, but there are some people who believe that Shanks is actually a villain. And the thing is, I don't see that happening, but if Shanks is a villain, the only reason as to why he'd be a villain is if he wants to attain One Piece, but he cannot because he's not a D member. And thus, he is manipulating Monkey D. Luffy in order to attain One Piece. That is the only reason as to why Shanks would be a villain. And the thing is, Shanks knows where One Piece is. Because I said it before in an earlier video that I did before, every member of Goldie Roger's crew that is still alive should know where the treasure is located. Because they're Goldie Roger's crew. That means that Shanks, Buggy, Crocus, they should know where the treasure is. Think about it. Why doesn't Buggy go after One Piece instead of Captain John's treasure? Because he knows what One Piece is and he doesn't want it. It's that simple. And Shanks, if he was a villain, he may want it because he may want that power. He may want One Piece because of its power or something of that nature. I'm not too sure. But again, in my personal opinion, I don't think that Shanks is going to be a villain. Now, that being said, let's get on to Shanks' combat ability, alright? Because again, and no, actually, there's a few more things. Yeah. One more thing we do know. That Shanks had daily duels with Dracula Mihawk. Meaning that at some point, after the disbanding of the Goldie Roger Pirates, he knew Mihawk at some point. And the thing is that, again, we don't know how and when he got his crew. We don't know how and when he attained the status of Yokon. We don't know. So unless Oda does like a full-blown character development detail based around Shanks, there's a lot of things that we're not going to know about Shanks. There's a lot of things that we're not going to freaking know at all, ever. Unless Oda reveals it through Shanks to Luffy. So, now, that being said, let's get on with his combat development, his combat skill. Now, the reason why I say that Shanks became a Yokon after he met Monkey D. Luffy is because Shanks attained Haki at that point in time. Now, we don't know, because we don't know about him having Haki before he met Luffy. But what we do know is that he showcased Haki the moment he lost his arm. He lost his arm, the Sea King bit it off, and then he looked at the Sea King, and then bam, the Sea King ran away. Now, in my personal opinion, the thing is that if he knew Haki back then, that Sea King would not have been his arm off. So, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking that he gained Haki, or he gained the knowledge of Haki at that point in time. He excelled in Haki, and he became a Yokon after becoming very devastating with his Haki ability. And we do know that he is a skilled swordsman, since back in the day, he had daily duels with Mihawk. Now, the thing here is that it gets kind of weird because Mihawk is known as the #1 swordsman, but Shanks is also a swordsman. So I don't know if Shanks has. It's kind of weird because you have to wonder. You have to wonder as to how Mihawk attained the status of #1 swordsman. Was there a swordsman who was considered #1 in the world previously before Mihawk, and did Mihawk beat that person? Because in my personal opinion, I think Shanks is stronger than Mihawk. I really do. And if Shanks is stronger than Mihawk, and Shanks is a swordsman, then wouldn't Shanks be considered the #1 swordsman? So it's kind of weird. But the thing is that I think that there was someone who was previously known as #1. Mihawk beat this person, and Mihawk became the #1. Now, it's a fact that Shanks knows at least both the Conquering King and Armin's Haki. The reason why we know he knows Armin's Haki is because he blocked Akainu's Magma Fist. He blocked that. You don't block that unless you have Armin's Haki, which he did. He blocked that shit and stopped the fucking war. Everyone knows that. That show's fucking epic. Came out of nowhere. Bam. Yeah. Good job, younger Marine. I'm like, oh shit, Shanks. Okay. So, obviously he knows Armin's Haki. Now the thing is that the reason why I say his Haki is so devastating is because no one else in the One Piece world has showcased Haki, at least King Conquering Haki, the way Shanks did. Because and if you guys remember, the moment Shanks walked on to Whitebeard's ship, when he was talking about Teach, when he was carrying that big ass sake bottle, we all remember that the people were passing out. Also, if you do remember, when he was walking, the ship was damaged. The ship started to crack and break apart. Simply because Shanks was there. Shanks was simply there, and the ship was breaking apart. That's powerful Haki. No one else in One Piece world has showcased King Conquering Haki so strong, where it's actually damaging structure. Shanks' Haki game is on point. You have to remember is that when it comes to the Yokon, we have Blackbeard. Well, Whitebeard, who was a former Yokon. He had the Gura no Mi. He was tilting seas, bro. Tilting seas, okay? We have Big Man, who I'm going to assume is a Dofu user. We have Blackbeard, who, the thing about Blackbeard is that we know he's Blackbeard, who has at least two Dofus. Because it's assumed that he has more since he went Devil Fruit hunting. But it's assumed that he has at least two Devil Fruits. The Gura no Mi and the Yomi Yomi no Mi, alright? And then there's Kaido, who's kind of unknown. But when you take a look at these three, Big Man, Blackbeard, Whitebeard, how does Shanks stack up to these guys without having a Devil Fruit? It's simple. Amazing Haki. On point, ridiculous Haki. And I'm almost sure that Shanks has attained this level of Haki. Otherwise, the structure wouldn't be breaking apart by Shanks simply being there. So, I'm just saying. Alright? Now, the thing is that when you take a look at Shanks, his sword looks very basic. His sword, I don't think his sword is a famed sword. Because there's Mihawk's sword, Yon, Knight, and then there's Zoro's sword. He has these, like his three famous swords. Even Studio of the Rain has like a famed sword, like that weird blood sword. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that his sword is famed sword. But Shanks' sword looks very, very basic. It looks very, very basic. So I'm thinking that again, the Haki has to make up for all this stuff. Otherwise, niggas wouldn't be scared of Shanks. Niggas wouldn't be scared. But when it comes to a combat standpoint, that's all we know about Shanks. That's all we can assume about Shanks. We have no idea how physically strong he is. We have no idea how fast he is. All we can assume is that his Haki is, I'm going to say it right now, he has right now the strongest Haki out of everyone in the One Piece world. That is the only thing I can assume at this point in time. And that's it. As of right now, he has the strongest Haki out of everyone in the One Piece world. His speed is unknown. His strength is unknown. All kinds. I mean, and we do know that he has the Conquering King and arm. It's Haki. Observation Haki, I'm not too sure if he's honed in that skill, but I'm pretty sure that he has at least some of that kind of skill. And then, again, we do know that he does not have any Devil Fruits. And that's it. So, I mean, as of right now, that is all I can say about Shanks. And either tomorrow or Tuesday, there's going to be a Whitebeard discussion. And that's it. So I'll see you guys later. Give me your thoughts about Red Hair Shanks, all right? What are you looking forward to in the future when it comes to Red Hair Shanks? I want to see him in a full-blown fight. I want to see him fight against someone. And this someone has to be at least powerful enough to make Shanks go somewhat all out. I want to see his skill as a swordsman. Because in my personal opinion, he's stronger than Mihawk. But Mihawk's #1 swordsman. That's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that if Shanks is weaker than Mihawk, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. Because, fuck. Alright, excuse the phone, alright? Excuse the phone. Doesn't matter, alright? So I'll see you guys later. This is the King of Lightning. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day.